Good morning, friends. It is 5 in the AM, and I am feeling good. I've been a little bit under the weather the last couple of weeks, and I still am. But yeah, am I right? Who needs to have an immune system? Right, let me is that gonna work? It is. Is that gonna be super weird if I like open a menu? Okay, just won't show anything at all. I guess that works. So, yeah, let me grab my can of Coke. Ooh, lovely. So here we are inside of the Snapshots project. Hello everyone. This is season 5. But I want to get to work on season 6. So today I'm just going to be basically just working on small terrain things, just a bit. Just kind of getting a start because I want to basically. This desert is like a 1-season thing. Like I love this desert, but it's only meant to be here for outlaws. So I want to kind of get to work on what's going to be here next. So essentially, I've just got to like delete this entire folder, the S15 desert env folder, because this is all just like desert stuff. This is going to be gone. All this, I think this is all, yeah, this is all desert stuff as well. So just all of this, as you can see, there's a lot of desert props. There's like, I think over 1,000 props in the desert. Just like pure environment. I don't know if I want to get rid of the warship. The warship's cool. I could just have it be overgrown over here. I'm gonna wait and see about that, I think. But Sandy Shafts is apparently still a prefab in this build. This is a slightly earlier build than the season 5 release. Butterbarn's gotta go. Buried Town's gotta go. It's all gotta go, my friends. As there will not be a desert here in S16 or the Wrecked House as well. Yeah, that can all go. This kind of gives us a good kind of base to work with. Haven't decided if I'm going to keep dragging Flora Favela, if I'm going to keep it for another season. So I think since I basically want to rework this whole area, I could just flatten it and remake from the ground up. It's a struggle because this whole quadrant of the map I want to feel like very different. Like even the glorious tire show shop has to go. Frost released and ended and Floral is still in the game. So true. Floral Favela, 1,000 seasons. There we go. Don't have to worry too much about that stuff. So yeah, what I might just do, yeah, honestly, is just like flatten all of this just to give myself a full kind of clean slate to work with. You know, not feel like I'm confined to what was already previously here. Because like I said, I want this to all feel so different. First, I gotta switch this back to using Hermes base. Or world grid base. Okay, there we go. And then I guess I'll just kind of do like a rough kind of coastline idea. Craggy Canyon is staying. I thought it'd be fun if it's kind of like the border between the... Because I think the jungle's going to stay. I'm actually not crazy about the jungle, but it just feels right to keep it for another season. I don't know. This POI is so cool, but it feels so like tied into the season 5 theme. Especially on the map, it like takes up a huge spot on the map and just looks very odd. I guess we'll start here. I'm gonna create like a sorry, a rough kind of outline. Obviously, I don't want it to feel too similar to what was here before. Like before the desert, that is. I want it to kind of feel like its own place. Maybe have like a river. I thought would be fun. Like a river going in kind of there. I'm just going to go ahead and make Apatosa invisible for now. Like so. Kind of have like a river. Kind of going like maybe just like straight up cutting through the whole area and coming out like down here. It connects. And then we... And this is like a very rough way of I'm basically just like blocking out early terrain ideas here. Because this season's not dropping until December or maybe January. For the castle POI, you could overgrow it and make the landscape out the same as the surrounding landscape. That's actually a really good idea. I want to keep the crashed Blaine down here. Keep some of the debris. Like this broken bit of the power tower, I think. Because at this point, the power tower network that was kind of added in Season 1 is just like completely destroyed. I think it's just going to be removed. Blaine is in boat plane. Hey, if you don't like it, take it up with Doopy. It's just an Easter egg to bite-sized battlegrounds. Yeah, so I then have this come out. kind of chop that off again. And then we can have this kind of like cove kind of goes inward. And then obviously this will be a lot smoother. Maybe that could be like a bit of a more open bit as the river comes down. Flat is really weird, but it actually works quite well for making a slightly less just like... I like using it to kind of like do the coastlines because it makes a more natural, like just like less uniform look. Oh, that is way too big. Actually, once it actually becomes a river, it should be fine. And then we kind of have this coming. I don't want it to. I don't want it to feel too square, because the desert kind of had a very square look to the world. So if we really emphasize the curvature of the lands down here, maybe have a little bit of the points out there. Yeah, I like this. It's a lot of lands to work with here. You clip farm, I'm bored. Yes, I hate, Starfall, and you can clip that and post it everywhere. Out of curiosity, how big is Snapshots? It's like if you compare it to the scale of an OG Reload. This is about 1.5 times the size of the Reload Venture map. So, interesting kind of effects on the water there. It's probably still bigger than like, oh my... I love that because I switched the landscape material. Now that I've switched it back, you can actually see the old road network that used to be here that I didn't have to unpaint because the new landscape material didn't use it anyway. That's awesome. That's actually really cool to see. Kind of a lost network here. So I think Flopper Pond's going to finally die as well. It's been in the map since Season 1. I just think that this whole area of the map needed a proper shake-up, and the desert did give it a shake-up, but the desert was really... The issue with a big desert is that it's exciting in the season it's introduced. Like the Rex Desert was awesome in the season it was introduced, but then it can get quite boring if you don't do anything with it. And since I've already got a big focus, the Outlaws' entire focus is on the desert, really. Like not even so much on the jungle. I just don't think there's much more I'd want to do with it. Yo, Oxy, welcome to the stream, first time. Nice, dude. This is really the first time I've kind of been a bit more open about the Snapshots development process. You know, over the years I've been very, secretive about how this map comes together and the changes, but since in a kind of funny way, since a lot of the map's relevancy has been lost with time since the grand reboot, that just means that I can just be a little bit more chilled out and just show you guys kind of how it comes together without worrying so much about people getting spoiled. There are some things that I'm kind of holding off, like I'm not sure if I want to say the season theme yet, or if I want that to be a surprise. But it might be like, I don't know, it might be I can't remember what I was gonna say. I had a great point to make, basically. Yeah, so this looks very flat, obviously. It's not gonna be flat. I don't think this is gonna be like the most hilly point on the map, but it kind of just depends how it all comes together, because I don't have a POIs in this project yet. The new POIs for Season 6, they're in a separate folder right now. So, ooh, I need to change this landscape proxy. Actually, I'll probably need to change a couple, like this down here maybe, or hard to tell. I think it might need to be changed. Do the mini BR stream direct meta and directs in your set? I don't want to do directs. I think if back in like 2022, I would have done directs. But not anymore. This whole, I kind of want to keep this like chapter 1 kind of land formation. I thought it'd be fun if, like, no matter what happens to this section of the map, just this one kind of spire is still here the whole time. I thought that'd be quite funny. And yes, it is one mesh. It is actually just one mesh in chapter 1. Oh, videos just focus on myself. I kind of did that though. I did that with I did the map kind of documentary a couple months ago. That was really fun. Thank you for inspiring me to make my own battle royale. No problem. I'm honestly thrilled that you're inspired. Like that's freaking awesome, dude. Best of luck with whatever you're making. You know, I love this community to bits because it's one of the only parts of the create. This mesh is okay. That mesh used to have a lot better loading range. This community is like one of the main bits of the Fortnite creative community where you can just tell that like 90% of the people are just in it for the love of the game. Like they just want to make something like this, rather than just want to make like a cash in or something. Wait, there's still toucan stuff being used? No, okay, this is the folders left over. Toucan, if you're wondering, is the Lunar Shift live event codename from season 3. What am I working on, Oxy? I'm working on my Battle Royale map, Snapshots, which has been ongoing for nearly 4 years now. And I'm working on the 16th canonical season. Yeah. No matter how you view it, we've passed the midway point for this map, which is kind of crazy. I'm not saying how many seasons. But, you know, obviously a chapter really has a max of 10 seasons. Anything more than that, it's just like, alright, dude, you're dragging it now. If you guys haven't noticed, I like to use these, this specific mountaintop piece a lot in Snapshots chapter, Venture 2, sorry. It's not so much now, it's kind of harder to see, but there are quite a lot of, like, bits poking out, because I just think it gives them kind of its own unique feel. It's just like a really fun formation. I think it looks really nice. I should really paint this back to... I don't know, the sun kind of makes it easier to work with. It's very, very visible. I think... Why is there a whiplash down there? Oh my days, I forgot. Wait, is that still here? I completely forgot. I need to see this. I'm gonna bring Apatus back. I think I added... Yes. Oh, I remember. I added this in season 5. I completely forgot. There's a sports car in here with monster tires as a reference to Sonic Racing. The demo. That's looking really nice. Thank you, Oxy. That means a lot, especially coming from you. Your map's like the aesthetic of your map that you've been working on a while. Not the Biome Forge one, like the one that predates that. It's like always just like chef's kiss. I think it might be Flora Favella's time to go. Potion Port as well. I like Potion Port. Might just move it down and keep it. I could just move. Chlorophyll. They could be funny if just no matter what, it just survives. It's like William Afton, I always come back. I think, yeah, there's some debris. Just put Aptos in the bag, man. This guy did not just say Aptos. My shadow band? No, I can see your message. I have POIs in my head. I'm just trying to figure out how they're gonna fit into the new meta. And by meta, I of course mean biome. This is all gotta go. Slow Shack a shame. Goodbye. You're an OG, you've been here since season 1, but you still gotta go. Same with this ruined house. Like, pretty much all the debris can go, because I want this area to just feel kind of like a refreshing spot. Just remove some of the stuff from previous seasons. Remember to save. Ooh, good shout. Good shout. I do have 3,000 unsaved. Any tips for making a Delulu themed game? I don't really know what I can say. I just don't think you could do Delulu that well in UEFN because the proximity chat isn't very good. Plus, like, a Delulu themed map. I realized it's gone blank, by the way, while it's saving. I'm sorry about that. It shouldn't take too long. Like, what would you even do for a Delulu themed map? Because it just uses the standard map. I think the most interesting thing about snapshots is how often you use all the like chapter 6 pieces in combination with your obvious UEFN landscape. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of modular terrain. Some people don't like it so much, but I'm a really big fan of using it. You know, like I know X-Real uses like none. It's just about like balance, I think. Figuring out when is the best time to make it. Or to use it, sorry. Okay, it's finally actually saving. And when is the best time to use landscape terrain? Because as much as people use modular, I think landscaping, just like actual just hills and things, is super underrated. It's not as easy as putting down some modular. It takes more time. But like the modular just adds just like an extra kind of layer of like 3D detail, I think, in a lot of spots. X-Rail catching strays. No, I'm just saying like I'm just saying that I know he's kind of against using modular terrain, which is not something I personally agree with. Come on, Snapshots Venture 2. You can save now, I promise. External objects. It's very nearly done. That's UEFN for you, though. Somehow every update, it takes longer to check in, to save, to do damn near anything. Like, it's done saving. It's just frozen for fun. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're back. We're back. 11 season 5. It came out. Don't get me wrong, there's more updates to drop for it, but it's on a separate project. I think all this has to go as well. This is like OG snapshots props. I think, yeah, I just think I want this whole... I'm worried that there's going to feel too much like the other spots on the map, because I kind of want it to have the same kind of energy as like over here, where it's like nice and chilled out a bit, but using maybe different like trees and things. Got some more like spring kind of trees. Where's a gameplay trailer, man? Like, look, dude, I've been sick, and this map is not exactly a profitable. I think I'm allowed to take my time. To be honest, I wanted to do the gameplay trailer ages ago, but like the day after I dropped the story trailer, I got sick. So I haven't really been able to do as much as I would have liked to the last couple weeks. But I've been trying to drop some small trailers, like I dropped the Slurpshot trailer and the Frightmares trailer. If you're talking about the mini RDR2 reload map, it might be that. I don't know what it was called. I just remember it was kind of it had like a more kind of realistic dark art style to it, and I'd never seen a map that actually did that while still feeling like high quality and not just like it's using fab assets. And then I saw yours and I was like, damn, this is like a really good implementation of like the newer art style and things. The more kind of dark one. I remember seeing a lot of stuff about it a while ago, but I haven't seen much about it recently. I just always thought it would come up on my timeline, and I was like, damn, that looks really good. How do you get the Chapter 3 power towers? These are ported. Got them originally for Apollo late game, and then just migrated them over. That's kind of the benefit of, while I obviously took my big break, or like the big hiatus while I was working on the reboot last year, I obviously then made Apollo late game, which required me to get a ton of Chapter 2 assets, which I now get to use in snapshots, and they look really cool. We're just gonna not worry about Flora Favela just being like, just chilling down here. It's obviously gonna either be removed or just generally moved, but for now I am just gonna delete it, I think. So I have every POI in its own folder, like level folder in this project anyway. Yeah, just make that look a bit nicer. I think it'd be nice if this area kind of has like a lighter grass, like maybe even lighter than this kind of color. But yeah, I think it would nice. I think it would be nice if it had almost the, yeah, you see it's very dark here by default in the biome mask. Almost kind of the qualities of like Chapter 3's Vibin biome, but if it wasn't, you know, purple. You can see where the biome mask gets a bit funky over here. But this is a very nice coloring, I think. It's just kind of like Venture 1 Season 6 with Zen back in 2022, how it was kind of like a soft reset for how chaotic the map had gotten, while keeping a lot of the better POIs. I think that's what I kind of want this season to be. you know, have this chill out a little bit. Maybe even make the Tasteland go green, almost like how Boney Burbs went green in Chapter 2, Season 7. That was bloody loud. Oh my days, I'm skipping past that song. Yeah, kind of like how in Chapter 2, Boney Burbs went green. There'll be a lore reason. Like, I'm not going to elaborate too much yet, but after the end of Season 5, it will make sense why so much of the map changes again. Yeah, okay. I think I like that being kind of green again. Goodbye. Goodbye, old painting. Is a saying. Sorry, just ideas are forming in my head as I kind of No. Did I just kind of tell you guys what the season theme is? Little exclusive spoiler. My one fear is that if I do that, then when I actually want to start promoting the season, some smartass is going to go and be like, "Ha! I already knew what the season theme is. Here's the link." I need to get rid of the sand. Beachy Byways is staying, by the way. You just won't have sand. What are your thoughts on the Simpsons season and the cell shaded art style? Will you do a review on it eventually? Yeah, I'll do a review about it. I've been enjoying the Simpsons season. I have to say, this is maybe the worst loot pool in over 2 years. I think this loot pool is abhorrent. But the map is good fun. And obviously, as a big Simpsons fan, I'm a big fan of the fact that this even exists. So, yeah, nah. So this, I want this to kind of transition more gradually. Also, I must request that you don't, if I don't immediately read your message, I must request that you don't just delete it and resend it. Because I have the chat appear on the screen because I think it looks nice, but if you're just going to abuse it so that it's on the screen at all times, then I don't like that. I will just remove it. And this is like the most messy way to do terrain. I'm just kind of playing around, seeing what kind of vibe feels kind of right for this area. Because Loot Lake is finally getting removed. Sorry if you liked this place. I actually really like this POI, but I always knew after S15 it was gonna go. It's just the right time. Shoot, I hate when because I have to scroll through to like select all the assets to delete them, but then I accidentally click on something and it resets my progress. Actually do want to keep... Shoot. Okay. What I gotta do is... Just gonna grab all the like terrain pieces because I do want to keep the terrain. And just put them in a notepad so that I can bring them back. Will I do a review on Hyperion? No. Sorry, I don't do reviews on creative maps. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. Like, I really enjoy the vibes of this area where it just kind of like breaks off. I just don't know if it makes much sense to keep it. I thought maybe it'd be fun if like there's still some sand here, but it's kind of overgrown a bit. And then the ship is just like really overgrown and like kind of breaking apart. I'm just kind of, this is the one area that I'm kind of struggling with what I want to do with it, because it's obviously so tailored to this current season. You know, Warlord Jones has driven his ship through it, smashed through everything, and got in here. But in a way, it was kind of lame when Megalodon left and his boat was just kind of there. But unlike Megalodon, I will say for this story, the ship is not required for the live event. It's literally just his means of getting here. I'll have to play around with this more, because I think issue is what I'm doing right now is just having patches of grass when really it should be patches of sand. And that's the other thing. I don't want it to just be dirt here, because I feel like that could look really, really bad. I'm just struggling with this area. Like on just like a conceptual level. Obviously, the other option is just outright deleting it. Which also I don't think would be the worst solution. I just think it would maybe be more fun to keep it than just like reworking this whole terrain area as well. Just kind of having to play around with the sand here. Just a very kind of light, just like sprinkling going out. I don't want the minimap to be ugly. I don't want the map to like look ugly. You know? So I think the issue is like on the ground level, I think it probably works better to have mud here. I don't know, I could try just like bringing the grass in a bit. So I really like how the terrain looks here. I just don't think it looks so good with grass, that's the issue. But then you look at the map and it doesn't look great with just being mud. That's kind of the conundrum I have. But that's okay, we could focus on that spot later on. Just worry about over here for now. Ooh, this thing. Okay, well, this, I'm going to keep the spire. I need to go grab one of the other ones because it's got the extra detailing. Like all the things. Because these are, like, story relevant. That's why they are all across the map, and they have been since the beginning of Venture 2. Is that all of it? No, it's missing 2 pieces. It was over here. Right, there's literally the dirt patch for it there, I think. Bring back the Gilded Gambit. So true. I actually love the Gilded Gambit so much, dude. I'm so sad it got removed. I know that was my choice, but it just happens that the Gilded Gambit was like right in the way of this whole area that had to be changed this season. Wonder if I'm gonna get any comments on After Hours, like trailers and things, but like people going back and being like, "Why did you steal this from Fortnite, dude?" Like some stupid kid is gonna do that. I guarantee it. This is kind of the design struggle here. I've kind of backed myself into a corner on this map because now like so much of it has been destroyed, and I want to have a season that kind of like fixes up a lot of like I want the roads to match back up again, like I did in Venture 1 Season 6, but that just can't really do that when there's so many like biomes from different eras and things. Era? Say that again. I'm gonna DM someone. Why did he steal it from Fortnite though? Might have future sight. Yep. I'm just thinking about like I want to kind of play around the nature. Now I know this is going against everything I stand for, but I am kind of feeling a little bit of nostalgia for like the early like chapter 5 map with like specifically this snowy boreal biome, and I'm just wondering if I can make that work, if I could have a snowy kind of boreal vibe over here. You go now. All right, Bioxy. Or I could do it in the top left. And just have it so all the outlaw stuff gets like destroyed. Or I could do it somewhere else. There you go. I just kind of like just like imagine like a hazy hillside kind of vibes for a POI. That would be so nice, I think. I don't know if I'd be able to do that well, like a POI kind of style. Make the ship into a casino. That'd be so funny. Please don't do snow. It's so Fortnite and not Snapshots, if you know what I mean. No, I don't know what you mean. What does that mean? Snapshots has had a snow biome before. I know I'm not like X Royale where I had a new snow biome every season, but you know, we've had I've had a snow biome in Snapshots previously. And I was in Season 6, actually. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking about, like, as much as I, like, enjoy the idea of, like, just having this be a grassy area. You know, I'm just gonna, like, okay. This season is the redo of the Boundless kind of superhero season idea. Because we've just redone the Outlaws, and I'm really happy with how that came out. And I've wanted to do it to kind of bring justice to the idea of Boundless for years, but just kind of do it more. I think the opportunity to just like have like a big kind of map reshuffle at the same time, so that it is still like the superhero season, but it's not kind of what it was originally, where it was like the team fighting. I don't know. I don't think that worked out too well. I don't know what I was thinking there. Right, you can see over there. But I'm just kind of thinking, since this will also be in December, I think kind of like a snow biome that has like boreal and then like patches of ice could be really nice. And then have like the superhero POIs be in that biome. so that it's more of like a wintry. So then it's not just like a winter season, it's like boo boring, and it's not just a superhero season, it's just like boo boring. Just kind of get curious as to what you guys think about that. Have I considered making the snow yellow? I don't think I should do that, Nelly. I'm gonna be sort of real with you. I don't know about that one, man. So I'm gonna just like do like a rough kind of road. I think it'd be fun to fix up the road from that was already here in season 5. Yeah, I must have misspoke for me. Sorry. I mean the new Boundless season because I've never done one before. GTA got delayed again. Thanks for letting me know, Nearly. It's crazy how you said that and didn't just delete someone else's message. You said that. Chapter 4 snow biome. I really like the Chapter 4 snow biome, and I want to do an iceberg biome on this map with that style, but I just haven't figured out the placement. I kind of want to do like a town POI here, maybe. So what I'm going to do for now, have I still got the transit bridge? I do. Okay. Ooh, I haven't used this big one yet. That was something early Snapshots Venture 2 had a lot of, was these really nice transit bridges. I know it's just the nostalgia because it's 2 years ago, but it's just kind of inspiring me to make kind of an area with kind of like the best parts of Chapter 5's map. It'd be really fun if like, maybe not that tall. Like have like, it kind of like the terrain goes up and then it comes over here. And then you guys know like Hazy Hillside kind of had this, like it had like a spiraling road going down a hill. Like I think that would just be so nice to kind of have that vibes for this part of the map. And I think Boundless is like the perfect time to do that. Like how Zen in Venture 1 was kind of this more chilled out theme where I can kind of just take the opportunity to reshuffle the map a bit and just kind of do what I want without it being super themed. That'd be nice. Yeah. This is what I get like when it's like why a lot of snapshots map changes are just like so random because I just like I get an idea and I get really excited about it and I commit to it. I'm just cautious that there aren't many seasons left on this map. I still got a lot of POIs I need to use. That's kind of why we're getting such huge map changes, because I have this huge backlog of POIs to use. And I might... Yeah, I'm really thinking about that jungle biome. Because the jungle biome is awesome, but it is also so fitting for just like a one-season thing. I think there's some like gaslighting campaign going on in the chat. Octane your messages and I'll property the moderation team. Thank you for your cooperation. I don't know what's going on there, but it is funny, so. I just gotta be careful because I've also got the river down there. It's gonna be like a fun vibe though. Have like a taller bit, because this map's been very flat. So I'm just kind of like imagining where. Did I say 6-7? Did I? What did I say? Wait, can someone like quote me? I actually... my memory is so bad, I genuinely don't remember saying that. Oh, Full Moon said 6-7. Okay. I read the chat and I was so confused. I was like, what? Workshop this a bit. This is a real struggle spot. I'm just kind of curious as what you guys think. Because this whole bit would have, like, snow. Which kind of like have like... Let's go... Bring this up a bit. Or I could even... Maybe I could have the flat bit, actually. Like, this mesh exists for a reason. It's so that they could do, like, the flatter bit. It goes, oh, call me nearly. Thank you for the 5... Give the 5 quid. That will fund... a percentage of the next POI I pay you to make. Just go straight back into your pocket, my friend. No, thank you, Go. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Is this... You messed it up. You forgot to add the message. Oh, Neil. Guess you'll have to donate again. Nah, I'm playing. There might be like some like refunds thing I can do if you want to. If you wanted there to be a message, I can make that happen. Yeah, that'll fund my next Tesco meal deal. Like season 5. Thank you, Ethan. Season 6. Might have some frosty vibes to it. No, the joke's not funny, but I feel bad. Well, thank you for the 2, Nearly. That's funded another 80% of a Tesco meal deal. It's actually more like 60 these days. They're egregiously priced. I'm just wondering if this bridge piece is now too big. But I think this could be like a really fun set piece. I could always just swap it for a smaller bit, or just have it go into the landscape so that you can't really see it. I think I might, yeah. This is a formation that I think is really fun though, because we have a lot of transit bridges like this in like rural England, so I've seen quite a few of these. And this can just be like the road, because as we all know, I paint my roads. I'm not gonna add homeless people. That'd be a boring POI. No, that's an outrageous thing to say. I'm sorry. No. Auto paint is not better. I'm not adding homeless people under the transit bridge in the snapshots. That's messed up. Like the little bits of the desert, the random desert pieces that somehow didn't end up in the desert landscape folder. Why paint your roads when there are splines? Because splines suck. I hate splines. I just, it's just a really fun rhythm to get into, just painting my roads. You know? Like that's the kind, if I had started streaming earlier, that's the kind of thing I just love to do on stream. Have like a chill stream, we're all chatting, I'm just painting some roads, listening to some music. Like, heck yes. So I'm gonna have this, I think, be a more... I don't want there to be a POI that's on the exact same level as that one over here, so I think this should descend. I think this would be a fun opportunity to kind of do the same thing that Chapter 5 did, and have, like, a road. And it comes out... I use river splines. I just don't like using road splines. I just prefer to do it myself. I just think there's a fun in painting the roads, and it brings me back to like Venture 1. Like Venture 1 had like the road networks that were kind of set up in a different way. So I could have like... Okay, I gotta think about this. Hang on. So the road kind of goes... Let me just like flatten this all for now, and then we'll kind of set up the height. So, like, the road kind of has, like, an intersection. One stretches off that way towards, like, another POI. And then the other one kind of goes down here. But then I could do, like this. And then it kind of comes around. If that makes any sense? I'm trying to think it might be too steep. This could be a very interesting area in terms of terrain if I I get it right. And if I don't get it right, well, it'll still be interesting. It'll just look bad. Which might be too tall to kind of do the vision that I have in mind here. No, that could work, though. Wait. Okay. So we're going to use the ramp feature. I just have to be really careful about how I kind of set it up. See, this is what I need to be careful of. Because if it's all too close, then it doesn't look good. Obviously, I'm going to smooth it. But I don't want my roads to kind of have this going on, like in Chapter 1, where they're all jagged. It's a difficult balance to maintain. I missed one of the most legendary chats of all time. What happened? Sorry, I was locked in yapping about my roads. Obviously, this isn't going to be covered in dirt. I think that's fairly obvious. Can't remember what we said before to make it be covered in dirt, but... Yeah, what was there? A classy city. I don't know why there's so much dirt there. Oh, nearly said, nearly said I paint my cliffs. There's no way anyone actually paints their cliffs, right? That's like crazy levels of like unoptimized. Yeah, see, this is the bit that's kind of tricky here. I could just have a bit of modular there. It kind of makes it like just flow a little bit. I'm just using like a big old one for now. Obviously, with all the paint and stuff, this probably looks super messy, so just like bear with me, please. This is kind of the process that I go through when I like to just... This sounds bad. Like, I have a plan for every season and what I want to add, but I quite often just, like, kind of just make things and see if I like how they turn out. Which sometimes ends in good things, sometimes doesn't. But that's kind of... That's what makes this fun to me. That's what makes... Like, I love creating because I just get to do silly... Like, just play around with level design. Like, I'm actually starting to like how this road, this like kind of road thing's coming together. I'm gonna like manually. Like, it might be a bit goofy, especially until I clean it up properly. But I think it could also be a lot, and really just like a really nice spot that looks really good. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do there. So I'm gonna finally get rid of all the mud here. Oh, that's asphalt. Whoops. Thought I clicked on mud. Apparently I didn't. So we're just going to get rid of all the gravel and mud and then add it back in parts later. Good night, Full Moon. Thanks for stopping by. It was really fun. Do I have a snow mask in here? I do, I just don't think it's set up. Yeah, none of it's in the... Oh! Huh, okay. Why are we... Okay, I'll have to look into that. I think Milo is actually working briefly on a snow, just like straight up paint for me. I guess it doesn't work anymore? Interesting. It was definitely something he was working on. I'm going to save again, and it's going to take 7 hours because I've got 2,000 things to save. So, sorry about that. Saving. Oh, me nearly. Break POI when? I've already done one, my friend. Will Snapshots ever separate from Fortnite and become its own indie game on Steam or something? No. As fun as I think it would be to release my own game on Steam, a huge part of the appeal and why I create in Fortnite specifically is because I have such a love for Fortnite, the ecosystem they've created, the art style. A big appeal to working in this toolbox is that it's part of Fortnite for me, you know? And it means that I can do my little tributes to Fortnite things a lot more tastefully. You know, if I make a Steam game and it's just like, oh, it's snapshots. It's just like it's like old Fortnite. It's just like, oh, well, that's just that stops being like a fun, like loving homage, and it becomes grounds for a lawsuit. I think it's done saving. Maybe, maybe. The box disappeared. At least on my end. Okay, it's done. How do I build hype for the map and stuff and get players? Oh, that's the fun part. I don't. Snapshots doesn't really get many players. I truly do this just because I love creating this like map. Restart your map. Yeah. Snapshots kind of had the Plants vs. Zombies 3 treatment. In 2023, we upgraded to UEFN. I released a map that at the time I was quite happy with, but it was very flawed. A lot of people didn't like it. Fairly so. So I took it down. And then in 2024, we came back with this bad boy. So I think there'll be a POI like here. I actually need to DM nearly. Yeah, Nilly and OverJ kind of explained the Plants vs. Zombies 3 lore to me the other day. This actually would be a really interesting paint to use in this area, I think. Yeah, Nilly and OverJ explained the Plants vs. Zombies 3 lore to me, like how it's been like re-released like 3 times, and I was like, damn, that's just Snapshots Venture 2. Except they have one over me. I've only released 2 Venture 2s in UEFN. They've done 3 Plants vs. But that makes sense. You know, it's Venture 2 comes out 2 times. Plants vs. Zombies 3 comes out 3 times. Can I add a teddy bear under the bridge? Can I add a teddy bear over the bridge? I can do both. I liked the teddy bear that was like on a chair under the bridge in chapter 5. That was very fun. I wouldn't mind having a little homage to that. I know someone's gonna go, oh, you're just you're copying pal, but I don't care. I don't gaff. It'll be very fun to maybe add a train in this season. I don't know what prop they use under the bridge. I don't know if I have it. Was it just like this? Oh, I actually think it was this piece because it has the underneath. I wonder if, because it's curved, I might not be able to do it here, actually. Okay. I could just build something there. Although the way that it's constructed, I want to see if it lines up. I'm curious. Kind of sticks out weirdly. It's pretty, I could probably make that look smooth, or I could just like build use some like wood frames, build like something under there. I'm just kind of messing here. Like, don't take anything I'm making this stream as, like, how it's going to look in the final product, by the way, because, like, obviously things are going to change. It's only the start of November, and this isn't releasing it earliest mid-December. I appreciate any offers to help, but I'm really happy with it, like, kind of like the workflow I've got now, where I kind of do a lot on my own, and then I get support like from my friends. So, but I really appreciate people offering to help. It's just why is season 6 so plain? There's no POIs and no biomes. So true, dude. Like, there's not like 5 new POI, like 5 new biomes yet. What am I doing, dude? I'm flipping lazy. I'm lazy as heck. I think some of this area, there's going to be some brand new stuff here, but some of this area might just kind of integrate some of my favorite aspects of, like, the Chapter 5 map. Because there's one specific spot in the Chapter 5 map I love, and it's the bit with the curved train. There's, like, the house underneath. Like, I think it's going to kind of have that kind of vibe, and then the POIs up top are going to be, like, wholly new. It's gonna be sad saying goodbye to Flora Favela, but I think its time has come. You know, it's been in this map for 5 seasons straight. You know, it really... That leaves only Mossy Meadows, which was technically Maple Meadows in Season 1, and then Slappy Stacks, which did become Stick Stacks. So really, Flora was the one that went the longest without any change. Nearly, my friend. Check your Discord DMs, twin. Having 4 no obsessed friends is good until you have a storyline debate. Yeah, it gets very funny. So I think... Yeah, so I think this whole kind of... Sorry, let me respond to this. It's... Add ammo orbs back, twin. We miss them. Those have been gone since Venture 1 Season 4, my friend. That ain't coming back. Risky Resort is not returning either. Yeah, so I think... I'm kind of struggling because obviously I'm building this without the snow and I'm actually really liking how it's looking. But I think, especially for Season 6 in particular, maybe I could have it be not snow when Season 7 comes around. But I kind of think the mix of, like, boreal trees and then I'll get, like, a big, a standard one because I want to see how it looks with the Snapshots pine tree. Like, because these pine tree colors look really good with this ground color. I actually haven't made snow trees yet. Are these still broken? I think the Asteria... Oh, they unbroke! That's good. They were world grid for... Oh! Oh, that's a... I guess just nanite being funny. No? Oh my god, that made it... That made it somehow worse. I don't know what's happening here. But it's apparently an editor-only bug, so that's okay, I guess. Alright, while I know it's a stream starting, it's not starting. I'm just switching to this while I switch projects to grab a POI, because I don't want to spoil anything that I've been working on. Won't be long, my friends. Just grabbing the first POI of those new POI Season 6, which was, of course, designed by the incredible Call Me Nearly, because he is my goat. Why can't we replace Mossy Meadows by now? Why Flora Favela instead? I just haven't had a reason to, or like, I just haven't changed the Mossy part of the map yet. It just so happens that Mossy and Slappy have just kind of got by. It just so happens that the left side of the map goes through a lot more changes, and the main kind of upgrade I did to the right side of the map, the Tasteland, just didn't happen to fully impact Mossy. Sorry, now I'm keeping you guys waiting on a stream starting screen. UEFN takes so long to open projects sometimes, dude. It's kind of outrageous. Do you think you would ever try to use associated art style for a creative map in the style account season? Probably not. I only say that because, okay, I love the Simpsons map style, but it's just not something I just don't think I'd have an interest myself in doing anything with that style. I'm afraid. Let me grab this POI. Slower file. Level. Sections migrate into Snapshots 22 plugins content. I can't wait. I have no idea what this is going to be in any form. Yeah, Nearly's got no idea what POI this could be. Definitely. We'll migrate that one as well, but it might end up not getting used. You found The Simpsons? Yes, I grew up watching The Simpsons every day, so I have been like a firm believer the last kind of 6 months that we've known about The Simpsons season that like this probably shouldn't exist. It should be like a Squid Game style reload map, but I am so happy that it is a real thing. Like, it's so silly, but I love it to bits. So there's just straight up a Simpsons season, and it's just like a thing, you know. The fact that there's like a full Simpsons map, a full Simpsons battle pass, there's like Simpsons Fortnite shorts, multiple couch gag. Like, I've been geeking. I love chapter 6 though, so I'm kind of sad that that's over. I should do an underground theme for a snapshot season. I kind of did, actually. Okay, here's a little fun thing. I'm happy to tell you guys this because it is fully scrapped now. Snapshots Season 2, Metro, was originally meant to lean much more into the underground theme. Like, it had a bunch of, like, holes open up in the map, but I wanted there to be a whole underground city, but because it was Creative 1.0, it wasn't really possible. Especially on that map at that time. The most I could do was have, like, a cave inside the mountain range. And then one of my ideas, if I had gone on to make multiple ventures in 1.0, the idea for the third one, originally back in like 2022, the original kind of concept was that the entire third map would be set underground. Like there'd be no grass, it would all be like rocks and things. Instead of a skybox, it would be like a big cave. And it just didn't end up happening because things just panned out differently. Like Arcane, literally, Season 2 Metro was very inspired by Arcane, and I'm surprised nobody ever kind of clocked that. Like the faction called the Underground, which kind of ended up just being like a resistance group that's originally meant to be a much more like, literal thing. You know, they did come from the underground, and there was like that kind of that element to it. But yeah, it just didn't end up panning out that way. Ended up going in a different direction for that kind of storyline. Just simply due to technical limitations, but the kind of the Arcane influence kind of still lives on there. You know. But it's literally like you said, the underground city was meant to be inspired by the underground in Arcane. I love the Q&A intermission, literally. I think that this November season compared to the last two, this is my least favorite, I think. And that's not to say I don't like it, because I have been loving this season. I just haven't, you know, like OG was so good, and Remix was a bit of a mess, but just so fun that it just, you know, it just comes out to be. I think maybe Remix is my favorite November season, then OG, and then this one. Body count, I'm not answering that. That's weird. This stream is perfectly encapsulating what it's like to work in UEFN, because it's like so much time is just spent waiting on long menus. Oh, and Galactic Battle exists too. Yeah, Galactic Battle is okay. And I say this as someone who really doesn't care for Star Wars beyond like the prequel trilogy. I think Galactic Battle is severely overhated. I think there's no harm to it existing. Like, I'd rather have something where they go all out like that than like just another Star Wars event. You know? That's just me, though. That is just me. What is your notification for this stream? I don't know, Dreamy Alien. But you made it here in the end. I think Zero's rage baiting. I don't think he actually thinks it's the best Chapter 6 season. Or maybe not. Who knows? You never know. You never know with Zero Crew. I think my favorite Chapter 6 season is like the least controversial pick. It's just straight up Season 1. I think my second favorite is a very controversial pick. I think I might actually put Shock and Awesome as my second favorite Chapter 6 season. And I know that my least favorite season, being Super, is going to be very controversial. I'm sorry, I just didn't care for Super. I think if I had to rank all the Chapter 6 seasons, it would be Season 1, Demon Hunters, not Galactic Battle, Shock and Awesome, Lawless, Galactic Battle, and then Super. But yeah, Shock and Awesome definitely had an identity crisis, don't get me wrong, but the thing that kind of saves it for me is that each section of that identity crisis was independently fun. Like, I besides like some really poor unvolt choices, like why was the MK7 and the Frenzy Auto brought back? Who decided that? Having no red dots was so fun. And they put out a Twitter article where I'm pretty sure they just straight up lied, because I do not believe there was that much demand for a red dot AR. And if there was, I'm disappointed in this community. No, it's not that deep. I don't care. I don't enjoy red dot ARs because they just always dominate the loot pool. I think having one gun that's just always the best is so boring. Oh, there it is. Introducing your first look at this very unfinished POI created by the lovely Call Me Nearly. It's actually slightly too big for this spot. I think we can make it work. Let's have a look. Just figuring out the best way to lay this out. Where is it gone? Low? POI? Where is TSPOI? There it is. Okay, it's nearly to rage baiting. Don't fall for him. He likes Chapter 5, but I don't think even he believes it's better than Chapter 2. Okay. So it could kind of come in like this. It's got this very, like, cozy vibe that I think works really nicely for kind of a snow section of the map. And then it would still look good when the snow biome's gone. So we'll make it so the landscape kind of comes around. I think it would be a very interesting subversion of this section of the map is now the one that's kind of a little bit more mountainous. There we go. Yeah. This is fun. I don't know why I didn't start, like, doing things on stream years ago, dude. I was just worried about leaks and things. People finding it was sport, but maybe it's just more fun to be open with you guys. From where I got this? What do you mean? This my friend made this. My boy Nearly. If you watch the dev video I made back in season 3, you'd know that Nearly designs a lot of POIs that make into snapshots, and then I kind of like this. It's like it's a shell right now because he never finished it, but that kind of gives me the space to kind of play around with it a lot. When does season 6 release? Should be December. I'm aiming for early December because I've wanted to have a early December season launch for like so long. But back in like 2022 and 2023, I had to delay until like mid-December, and then 2024, that season got delayed until like February because I did like the season order reshuffle, and I swapped Outlaws and not Outlaws. Sorry, I swapped Food Fight and and After Hours because the new order fit better, which worked better. don't know. I like the road having like a little, like a completely unnecessary curve. I kind of like it. Maybe I'll just do a direct kind of connection. Obviously, I'll play around with this more. Don't worry. What do I think the best live event was? My personal favorite, okay, it's kind of a cheat one because it's technically a live event, but I love the Zero Crisis a lot. Just thinking maybe this could be modular actually. In terms of like a pure actually live event that was, you know, technically really live for everyone, it would probably be maybe Skyfire. I'm a huge fan of Skyfire, especially the end. Oh my days! Like not the end of the event. The end, both end events were incredible, but I mean like the end of Skyfire where you like watch them, the kind of like pieces of the mothership hit the map, and there's all the really cool explosions, and the music is incredible. I am a huge fan of that. Yeah, I like this sticking out. Obviously, it doesn't match the color yet. I know. It's all going to be snow. So we're going to replace these with Snapshots pine trees. The final showdown was very good as well. Zumba. Is that nice username? Yeah, the final showdown was a great event. Now, what I do with this, because obviously I nearly intended this POI to be like mid-map originally when he made it, but I'm putting it here, so I could have something over here, or I could just have the road and not go that far. I'm kind of not decided. Nearly, your rage baiting is not gonna get us, dude. Insulting, saying that Chapter 2 finale had too little gameplay, and then praising remix preload. The rage bait's too obvious, my friends. You gotta sever that. I'm a huge fan of this texture data personally. I just want to see. Ooh, okay, maybe that's not better. What about it's like a top layer thing? That could work actually. Okay, I like that more. Should I leave that for there now? I could have, I don't know what nearly intended to be here, but we could have like another sushi to replace the one that got destroyed with Outlaws. Just thinking about. I want to have the snowed in this biome as well. Real OGs know what I'm talking about. I'll probably be here. Shoot, I think I literally had the level in that other project. I'll get it another day. We're just gonna imagine the big inn is here. Kind of have this coming around. Then maybe behind the snowed in, it could taper off down here. I'm not going to call it the Those Who Snow. Shoot, this is funny now because the way that this is set up, it kind of comes down and then it just goes back up over here. I kind of love that though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create like a huge kind of ramp. Basically, that just means that I've got like a really smooth kind of terrain incline that I can then mess with more. Make it feel a bit more natural. I'm just kind of concerned about this not feeling as natural as it could. If there's like too much kind of inclines and declines, it might not feel right. I'm kind of nervous about the river being right here as well, though it is very wide at the moment. Yeah, ignore all the floating props from the stuff that was here before. I know, floating props and snapshots. What a surprise. Just kind of figuring out what's gonna go on with this area. Okay, well firstly this needs to be brought up so that the canyon still makes sense. If you'll excuse me a moment, I'm going to get a snack. It's this area I'm really struggling with because I like this area. I don't know, part of me thinks it fits, like it's best to just be a season 5 thing. funny, the more I work on this POI, I kind of reevaluate how I kind of want this season to kind of be. This POI, sorry, there's just this whole area of the map. Because the kind of original idea was to have a more chill season and then go into the superhero season, and then I kind of just moved the superhero season up, and now I'm wondering, could just like a nice kind of relaxed kind of Christmassy season in the middle of the map be nice, maybe? That's what I'm wondering. I might have some more kind of traditional, just like less focus on modular terrain over here, since there's like a lot. The more that this map kind of evolves, the more modular I use, and I don't want it to become like super reliant. Just figuring out where to put everything. Yeah, like how Chapter 3, Season 3 kind of dialed things back a little bit, but still had like an interesting like new biome, like ingesting new map changes. I think part of it is my heart aches to make like a Venture 3 kind of map, but I don't want to make a Venture 3 until I can make something that makes it truly feel different. Because to me, Adventure is no longer just like a new map; it's like a new era entirely. Like how Venture 1 was 1.0, Venture 2 is UEFN. Because Venture 3 would be made in UEFN, there would need to be something huge to make it truly different. And I think it would need like a gap. I need to figure out what to make there. Like how there's a gap between Venture 1 and 2. Because ignoring the false start, you know, between the end of Venture 1 and the canonical beginning of Venture 2, there's about an 18-month gap. I don't think it would have to be that long, but because my heart is, you know, it's been a while since I made a new map, since this one's been going on for over a year now. My heart's like, dude, I want to make like a more chill map again. But that kind of gives me the opportunity now that I'm on season 6, you know, to follow in the path of season 6 Adventure 1. And kind of just do a more chill season where we can just have fun, you know? Loved the Boogie Bomb POI. That was a fun spot, yeah. Just this area is a lot. I'm struggling a lot more with it than I thought I would. Just kind of figuring out how I want the terrain to flow in this area. Where these trees are gonna go. So they're all like desertified trees, and the kind of landscape is changing here anyway. There's one log. This has been here since like Venture 2 Season 1. Just gotta think. Because I know where I want to put POIs in the hero season. But that's good, because that means I can keep the spots a little bit more free. Maybe just have like nicely flowing terrain, like a landmark that can get removed later on. So all this is no longer going to be desert as well, that's the thing. I think this was under the desert this whole time. I'm not sure. I might have forgotten to remove that burger. Because that's the burger that got rolled down the hill when the Taisho took over the food restaurant here. I could definitely have this flow, like, just like flow in a bit of a more relaxed way. Remove Jones's stuff, since he's kind of, you know, he's the season 5 guy. Who gaff about him anymore? And then have the terrain kind of flow up to here. Yeah, imagine this is not desert terrain because I haven't swapped out the texture data yet. And then just ignore me just kind of messing around. We're just kind of seeing what feels right here. I wonder if even removing this hill is just like the right move. Let's play around with that a bit. We go a long way for making this feel like a proper, just new area on the map, I think. Because throughout the entire first half of Venture 1, or Venture 2, sorry, Loot Lake has been kind of entirely contained. I think it'd be nice. Like, it was being kind of contained within the mountains, which is a fun vibe, but I think it'd be nice if we finally... Because we kind of like smoothed one off with the desert guided, but I think it'd be fun to finally break one off fully. And then just have like a more natural kind of tapering off point here. Because I think, okay, in terms of POIs, I'm going to mark where I want POIs to be. I think, obviously, okay, this is a landmark, so I'm going to show Merry Mix on. Yeah, I can do. What's the theme? It's kind of like a more chilled out snow season. So that's, I'm going to use it across to kind of mark that that's where our landmark is. So that's going to be the snowed in. Obviously, there's a POI already here. There should be another POI. Not sure about this over here. Firstly, I think all these cliffs can finally get deleted. And kind of redo the kind of the thing going on up here. Sort of like Calypso Deep Freeze. I don't know what that is. It's going to be like a very like Chapter 5 Boreal vibe, I think, for a lot of this biome. Or at least kind of the left side over here. Keep the rocks. I don't know why I'd remove the rocks. Sorry, that was the final Rapid Resort prop that just got deleted. So if that was your favorite POI, I'm sorry. It's officially dead. Good night, Zumba. Thanks for dropping by. Means a lot. Okay, yeah. That floats quite nicely, actually, coming out down here. Yeah, yeah, this is nice. Who let this palm tree on the team? Big snowy resort mansion location or something would be cool. That's kind of... There's a landmark that's going to be here called the Snowed Inn, which is kind of what that is. It's like a big, well, inn. So it kind of fits that kind of vibe already. Honestly, on a map this small, it honestly could be a named location. Just not sure how I feel about having a named location and then a bridge and then immediately another one. We've had some pretty close named locations on this map already. Like Classy City and Faulty Frontier in Food Fight. Oops. Do that all the time. I accidentally press a combination of buttons that brings up some random menu. I don't like actually quite how that road goes, I don't think. I think it would benefit from coming around. Well, that's a tough one. Let me just try something. Instead of having the road come fully out of Beachy that way, as nice as that would be, I wonder if I just connect it to the road down there. And then, they slightly... And then just, like, completely cut off this way, and then just have it be up a cliff. Ooh, I don't know. Choices. I gotta stick with it, I think. I think it did overall look better before. And then this road. Well, firstly, we'll come directly down as well to get to Potion Port, which I think will stay, but then it will also... Get rid of all the excess mud. It doesn't need to be here anymore. That works quite nicely. Doesn't come too close to the riverbed. Shows a snowboard. That would be nice. That'd be a great vehicle. I guess the hoverboard kind of is Fortnite's take on the snowboard, really, isn't it? Shadow Gens or Frontiers? I think Shadow Gens is a better game, but I do love Frontiers to bits. I think there's the opportunity for some fun new little landmarks around in this biome. Because this area probably won't be in the snow. The snow will start over here, I think. This will just be like a more normal grassland kind of vibe, I think. Worried about that being too close. Yeah, remove the dirt, because that's no longer needed. Keep a little bit. There's a lot of dirt on this map. Yeah, Winterfest now being like mostly collab based is kind of lame. No Fortnite does the same thing. And this year it kind of works because they did a lot for Fortnite outside of collabs as well, so it kind of gets a pass. This is obviously something that was always on the map. There's like crash cars going into the fence here, and then they became all sandy and things. So now it's kind of restored. I think it's fun to just keep stuff like this throughout the entire map, but kind of evolve it. It's like, oh, it's the bend with all the broken car, and the fences that are broken. See, this doesn't make much sense to be floating, so that's why we're going to bring it back down how it was. What do I think of the leaks for Chapter 7 so far? It sounds very promising. I'm quite excited. I think it's very funny that they're doing a casino after I did one. Because it was one of those things that I thought was a safe bet that Epic would never do. But it's gonna be awesome. I think I'm super excited to see how the map looks. I really liked Chapter 6, but if we're going to get like a fully themed map after a country, I'm kind of glad we're getting a more American-based one. I think we'll hopefully get some more traditional feeling POIs. You know, like chapters 1 through 3. Chapter 4 had the medieval vibe, and then Chapter 5 had the European vibe, and then Chapter 6 had the Japanese vibe. I'm just hoping we don't get like a proper full like map leak or key art leak or anything, because it seems like every season is just a huge leak that takes away all the surprise. So I've heard a little bit like about kind of what's going on, but I'm hoping that nothing more major leaks than just like basically speculation, like stuff that can't really be proved since we haven't seen it. That's kind of my hope anyway. Oh, right. Yeah, content creators get early access on like a whole 10 days beforehand. So, yeah, we might be cooked. Yeah. It's probably all going to get leaked. It's just been kind of lame. The last like 3 years, basically any exciting upcoming thing has been instantly leaked ahead. And it's not even like fun. Like just leaking now isn't even like actually telling us things that are changing. It's just like collabs and insider info. Like I think the only like kind of leaker that actually sticks just to data mining really these days is Jax and then a few other small ones, but like and Fire Monkey as well. Like in terms of leaking, it's mostly just insider stuff now, which is like boring. And it just leads to disappointment, you know? You had people hyping up the Ender last season event, even though, you know, I always believed from the start that it was just going to be a Simpsons thing. And that people shouldn't get super hyped, so the leakers hyped everyone. And then when it turns out to not be that, everyone got mad at Epic, even though Epic only ever promoted it as a Simpsons event. Because the leakers told people to expect more. And now, of course, the leakers are hyping up the Ender Chapter event, and to be fair, Epic is too, so I think that's probably where most of the excitement was actually meant to be going. Well, I'm never sure about this modular piece. It's like it's a good hill piece, but I don't know. It's kind of a weird piece. It's kind of meant to go in like the top of the hill. Go over here. Obviously, it's the wrong color right now, but yeah, it's kind of cool, I guess. Really like the darker cliffs here. I might see if I can set up the biome mask so that all the cliffs are darker in this region in the map. I think it's very cool that like the bug spots are actually just texture data. Ew. Chaparral with and Myths and Mortars grass? No thanks. Obviously this like the material on pretty much all this modular stuff is going to get swapped out later in development. The biggest issue with this kind of modular terrain is that there's no vertex painting, so we can't add like extra detailing to it. It's the blacksmith set. Is that like a Lego thing? So I don't really know Lego all too well. Just reading the chat. Jakus doesn't know ball. No, I don't. I'm not those who know. Yeah, the bridge in the in 2023's Venture 3 was kind of the same kind of vibe as this, but it was like a fab asset, I think. I don't use fab assets anymore, I don't like them. Just kind of playing around with having like another bridge here. Do I remember you? I remember you asking this like last stream as well, so I'm not sure why you think I would have forgotten since then. Yes, I remember you. Ooh. Not sure how I feel about having two bridges. Do you remember you already have Venture 3 plans? No. I have ideas that I would maybe want to do in a Venture 3, but I don't have any plans to make one. We'll use the same texture data now. Yeah. Is this after the desert season? Yes, it is. It is, yeah. I prefer this without modular, to be honest. I'm just having a look-see. I think I prefer without. I think the big struggle here is just getting the terrain. Like there's a lot of height variation in a not very big space, and it's hard to do that while keeping it feeling kind of natural. So I just want to see how this kind of plays out here. If I don't like it, then I'll just undo it. I could have kind of like a flowing canyon coming through using let's get it. This cliff. Using like this piece to kind of create this kind of big canyon vibe. Maybe not with the gold. I get a non-golded one. There we go. That should be it. Oh, that's a flipping splat one. You know, it doesn't matter anyway. because I'm gonna hit it with landscape. And then okay. Things is starting to come together a bit more. That's a good thing I don't have to worry about when Epic does, is I don't have zero build, so I don't have to worry about plopping like ascenders or having like easy height, easy to traverse height variation everywhere, because people can just build it. It's all kind of about looking nice. Yeah, I should really remove the old dirt from where the road used to be. How long do these seasons last before the next one? Back in the Venture one days, the season was about 6 weeks, but now I try to have my seasons be about 2 months, so like 8 to 10 weeks, I think. It's just generally how long it is. I just don't want this to feel too kind of samey where it's like, oh, it's just a big cliff. So, might honestly, I'm just gonna copy this and see before I spend a lot of time on it. See if the kind of vibe of having it over here works, where it kind of goes up. Doesn't look too bad, you know. Oops. This is the thing with modular. It's just all about getting that balance down so that you're not over relying on it, but it still kind of adds something substantial to the world. Like that doesn't look very good, but I can just use normal kind of landscaping here. It's difficult because obviously the cliff goes up right there. Kind of give it that more natural incline vibe. POI in the corner. This is a new POI. Very unfinished. Does doing this really kind of destroy your health? Because I see the keep seeing a UEFN creator talk about how it's destroying his mental health. I doubt it's true, but I want to make sure. I don't think actually working in UEFN destroys your mental health. However, dealing with just like making something just just because you love making it, not for like monetary gain or anything, not for like fame, just because you want to make something, and then just getting like bashed by a bunch of jealous kids who are like just mad because you made something. It definitely takes a toll on your mental health. Like, it used to affect me more because I used to be like battered and bruised by the like Fortnite creative VR kids, and it was and yeah, it sucked. But I wouldn't say that was just a result of me ended up in the unfortunate situation where I was everyone's punching bag, and to some people, they still see me that way, but you just gotta roll with the punches. And you know, that's part of that's gonna be part of the cost of making, just working and doing what I love. Then you know what, screw it, I'm gonna just keep making what I love. Anyway, we've got everyone's favorite bear. Just gonna see something. Okay. Adventure 1 Season 7 was peak for me. Island Bane was a lot of fun. Oh, and Split, yes. This was that was definitely the best duo seasons I made in the Legacy creative era. You know, besides like Frontiers, which is basically like Venture 2 Season 0 to me, or Venture 1 Season X in a way, where it's just like the final kind of proof that I can make something good in Legacy, and then I was happy to move on to UEFN. Zen. I think Zen was overhated. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't the most exciting season, but it was really just building up the foundation and it kind of like laying out the foundations for where Island Bane would come in and really push the story and things forward and just push the envelope of what I'm able to do. And Zen introduced some of the best PO, like the best POIs in 1.0 snapshots. You know, classy condos, blossom bluffs, whatever else I added. It's a combine corner or whatever it was. That wasn't half bad. keep this burger head. Have him be like, yeah, down here with a wood crate. Season 5 out? Yeah, it's been out for like a month. Oh, I forgot to mention, we have a new Snapshots Discord server. I can't believe it's 2 hours in. I've only just remembered to mention that. Truly, I am the goat at marketing myself. Unlike the old Snapshots Discord server, the new one's much better tailored to where it's kind of at. It's like you can read all the patch notes on things. It's very, very nice, very good. Hearing the song. Let's get past it. I wonder if I very teenily bring this terrain up, and then it kind of becomes this road here. It kind of keeps the side pieces. See how that kind of looks. It's not perfect. I'm not sure about that actually. Which kind of makes it a more gradual transition between the bridge and the road. Yeah, that doesn't look great, I can't lie. Can't do all that. Please, go away. There we go. Let's try and figure out why the if the snow is going to do anything. If you guys are wondering, you can't see it, but I'm currently looking inside my landscape material. I don't think it shows on the stream properly. Just trying to figure out where exactly the snow mask kind of comes in.
Right. I'll be back in a second, guys. Alright. Sorry about the quick AFK. Alright, what time are we at? Yeah, in honesty. Oh, welcome back, Nearly. They got him. Yeah, but they got him. What else can I do? I'm kind of at the point where I'm like almost kind of ready for to be done for the night. Because the issue is I've got to like import the snowed in and things. I'm happy with the progress I've made so far today. I'm really happy with this bit. Thinking when the snow's here, it's gonna look great. But the issue is the landscape map is kind of broken right now, and it's not letting me see the snow. So I need to kind of figure out the deal with that. There's just a lot of landscape areas I'm kind of struggling with. I thought the snow was a pain in the hole, but it's not working. Oh, you're right. Maybe I have to go into the instance. Oh, it is enabled. Oh, but I'm not using the instance right now. Maybe it's only in the instance. Ooh. Oh, there's the snow. That's funny. For the meantime, though, that means that'll work. It's not the most efficient way to do snow, and I don't like that it goes... Actually, it kind of works. It kind of makes sense that it goes over the road. It means you can just paint it on the road. I don't like it being a paint, though, because that means I can't have it on the modular. Unless there's some kind of workaround that I don't know about. At the very least, I can kind of see what it's going to look like a little bit more. You know, as I bring it down here. And I kind of, yeah, have it back off a bit. Or is this on the map? This is the bottom left. I don't know. I don't think that looks as good as a snow mask. Mask was. Yeah, why is it just start playing? Oh, there's like it's like a night version. Not sure if I like it as a paint. Sure, there's not much I can do with that. kind of limits my options a lot more. Unless there's some way that I know of to get it onto the modular, but I think that would require vertex painting, and obviously we don't have that because Epic hates us. Anyway, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for the night. Made some really good progress. I'll make some more progress off camera, but I think I'm going to start streaming the development of this season as it comes along. But thank you all for stopping by. This has been really fun. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you on the flip side. We'll see you as in Season 6 in December. Bye bye.